listening to Diminishing Returns, the podcast about sequels, prequels, spin-offs, and reboots. I'm Chris Scott, and across from me, he's the Toto Scalacci of podcasts. An unknown guy, wee bit old, who's coming in and rocking it. It's Mr. Alan Johnson.
How do pod people?
Yeah, that's right. I've got World Cup fever.
Oh, good.
We're not really going to talk about in our film Nerd podcast, but goddammit, I love football. Whoa.
First news story, tangentially appropriate to the World Cup.
Go for it.
So, Fede Alvarez, director of the Evil Dead remake, has made the proclamation that if Uruguay win the World Cup, he will direct Evil Dead 2.
Okay, so that's not happening then. Okay, good. I mean, if he'd said something like, if we make it past the quarters or something, I'd be like, that's something that could happen. They're not going to win the thing. How can we put this in like film nerd terms? Uruguay are like Francis Ford Coppola. They used to be good back in the day, but now you
early doors.
You wouldn't cross the street to watch them.
No. Some late flashes of brilliance,
wow. Okay, yeah. So I love how we went straight into the news. I like it.
Now, this is a little sort of like remake aside. Are you familiar with the actor Robert Bronze Kovacs?
Yes, he's my favourite actor of all time. No, I've never heard of the guy. What the fuck is this?
This guy is only making the rounds on the internet because he bears an uncanny resemblance to one Charles Bronson.
Oh.
And as a result, director and rapper Rennie Perez has just released a trailer for a film called Death Kiss, and Bronze is effectively playing Charles Bronson in Death Wish. It is crazy.
Is this like a Shadow of the Vampire but for Death Wish?
I mean, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird to see the guy. I urge you to watch the trailer to Death Kiss because it is so weird to see this guy who's effectively like a living, breathing Charles Bronson. And of course, the tagline to this film is "Justice has a new face."
Oh, nice. It's right there. Listen, sometimes, so to continue a World Cup theme, sometimes the ball bounces just right in the 6-yard box. You still got to put your laces through it, ain't you? Do you know what I mean? No matter how easy it is. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that.
Okay. So we've had some early set footage and images from the Wonder Woman sequel, which is titled Wonder Woman 1984.
Love it, but I imagine it's going to be Wonder Woman in shoulder pads, drinking Lambrini. Smoking fags. Can everyone smoke fags in the 80s?
Not quite, but there's a photograph of a performer from the first film that maybe people weren't expecting showing up in this film, and just like you were saying, he's wearing a members only jacket and a pair of Nike Cortez. He's crisply decked out in some 80s wear.
Look forward to it because I liked the first film. I also think having it in the past is nice. The fact they're doing it in the 80s, it's an era that I just about remember, therefore have a nostalgic fondness for. So yeah, it's very much in my alley. I know you like it because you are dangerously obsessed
don't go down this road because there's some like IDF stuff that I'm really
What's your problem with that?
Well, first of all, I'm against military service in general. As a public figure, she has let's just say she's not condemned the actions of Israel.
So you're not going to jerk it off to her anymore?
I don't think
Is that you fucking punishing her? Oh, look everyone, look how woke Alan is. He isn't going to jerk off to pictures of fucking Wonder Woman as a protest against fucking Israel-Palestine conflict. Holy shit, guys. I think we might finally solve this thing. I realised after my last beastly sounding flub with relation to that woman, I should reevaluate my reaction. What was your quote again about Gal Gadot?
I don't even want to go over it again.
I won't mention it. What was it you said? Oh, that's right. She's a perfect creature. That is a direct quote. And he did it in that voice. She's a perfect creature. Gonna jerk off in her face. Direct quotes. Exactly what he said. I'm not embellishing it. But gonna follow her home. Gonna steal her panties. I was like, Alan, stop it. She's a woman with age. And he's like, I was like, God, Alan, you're a monster. Stop it. He went, I don't care. No one's gonna stop me. You can't stop me, Chris. I have the rule of the edit. That
sounded like I cut in the actual footage of me saying that from before. As a human being, I can only strive for personal betterment, and I hope I have achieved a modicum of betterment.
Well, I think
that I am not going to let my lizard brain control me when it comes to Wonder Woman.
See, I mean, here's the thing, right? I think the Israeli-Palestine Israel-Palestine conflict is it's an incredibly nuanced thing where there has been atrocities on both sides. You can't get away from the fact that Israel have, of course, particularly under the current administration, are very aggressive. I think we also have to be aware that there's a history there. I think we also can't judge the people of Israel by the actions of their government, because it's a test that many of us in the West would fail. You know, and obviously there's are we trying to get to a two-state solution. It's something that's really been a stain in our collective consciousness for so many years. And really all I can say is that I'm still going to jerk it to Gal Gadot.
So
for peace. I'm doing it for peace.
For peace.
We're going just like jerking it out for peace, guys. Jerking it for peace. That's like, you know, you see like guys are always like on the street going like, food not bombs.
Yeah.
What about jerking it for peace?
I'm behind it.
Everybody jerks it, so you do like a sponsored jerk.
Yeah.
And every time you jerk it, you can set up a recurring donation to, let's say, Amnesty International.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Or Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. In America, you've got the ACLU. So, Ian.
Yeah, not right this second, but yeah. Let's jerk for peace.
Cool, let's jerk it for peace, guys.
Well, there has been details about Ewan McGregor being cast as Danny Torrance in the Shining sequel, Doctor Sleep.
I didn't know there was a Shining sequel. Is it that he takes over the hotel and then like a single mum and her kid come in and they teach him how to love again?
Yeah, so Ewan McGregor as a grown-up Danny Torrance. They may diverge from the plot of the book. And
which I hear involves a lot of sleep.
So Ewan McGregor may return to the Overlook Hotel. They might stick closer to the plot of the novel that a now adult alcoholic Danny is working through some issues from his abusive childhood.
Right.
And he works at a hospice where his ability, the Shining, starts to draw some unwanted attention. Or it could be the taking back of the hotel thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm crossing my fingers for. The Shining isn't close to the actual book, is that right? The film?
Thematically it's not, but the stuff that sort of goes on in it is relatively close.
Okay.
The big issue is, I think that Kubrick wanted it to be about madness, someone slowly going mad, whereas Stephen King writes a book from the point of view of that it's more of a traditional haunted house style thing. Like
he was more into like the old lady titties.
Kubrick's more into the blowjob in a bear suit.
I mean, listen.
And who isn't?
You
frankly?
know, 6 and 2 3s, isn't it, really? Blowjob in a bear suit, I know it's serious. I'm thinking about bears.
I was trying to think of a segue and I'm now been put off. So George Lucas has revealed in an interview with James Cameron, George Lucas revealed plot details to his ideas for the Star Wars sequels. The trilogy would have been built around midichlorians.
Just what everyone wanted there.
Yep.
You know when people are moaning about the new ones?
Exactly. This is what you could have had, guys.
Yeah.
Where George Lucas said he was aware of the backlash from the prequels, but he still felt it was going to...
Fuck him.
Yeah, he still thought, what do I care?
You know what? That part of it makes me quite like him. Yeah, but you all hated. I'm going to make another 3 fucking films about it. You know why? You're going to fucking see it anyway, you nerds. Yeah. Suck it. Sucking George Lucas's fat tit. Go on.
But I hope everybody that's moaned about The Last Jedi, Rogue One, Episode 7, everyone reads that interview and thinks, holy fuck, we dodged 3 massive bullets there.
I mean, it's in the microbiotic world. Is that the good stuff? Like Yakult? Are these next 3 films going to be like a sci-fi version of Osmosis Jones?
See, I mean,
this all sounds fucking pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the end of Bullseye, here's what you could have won. It is the film trilogy equivalent of winning a speedboat when you live 20 floors up in a council estate, high rise.
Absolutely. If you are not from the UK and you don't know what Bullseye is, what are you missing out?
He was Colin Farrell in the Daredevil film.
Holy shit, I mean...
That's recall, Chris.
Oh, boy. Listen, guys, don't email in about the joke. I'll have a word with him after the episode. I'm really sorry. Listen, he's going through some shit right now. Like if Bullseye from the Daredevil comics was played by Jim Bowen. Oh, right. So George Lucas is a mad old cunt. That's not news. Give me something else.
I am just going to round out this news section with news that Top Gun 2 has begun filming.
I have one incredibly important question. Is Tom Cruise in it?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Follow-up question?
If a man loves a woman. No.
Because yes, the answer is Val Kilmer is in it.
What? Val Kilmer's in it?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Right, okay. I've got a third question. I have another question, which this could make this incredibly interesting. Is Anthony Edwards in it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought, like, this is taking a turn. This is taking a real turn.
Tom Cruise released a photo from the first day of filming, and it has been confirmed that Kilmer's back, even though obviously he's had some recent health issues.
I've got a lot of love for Big Val Kilmer.
Absolutely. Particularly
Gay Perry.
What a character. It's a shame. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang sort of like was the tip of the Robert Downey Jr. sort of like resurgence, and I really think Downey Jr. is all right in the movie. Like he's good, but the real
great,
star of that movie is Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer's great in it. Yeah, top boy.
Love a bit of Kilmer. Yeah. So that was the news, Chris. There. Any highs?
No,
Mostly lows?
like now you just told me Val Kilmer's got cancer.
Well, health issues.
I'm not a child. You can tell me the truth, Val.
Well, it just.
Val's going to live in that.
I've not seen his charts. I don't know.
Val's away to live with another family. He's got a big yard that he can run around in, Chris. It's fine. What did we have there? George Lucas.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer cancer. Not a fan. What else did we have?
Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
Uruguay win the World Cup.
Yeah. You know
it's
what?
Not 1930.
Yeah. You know what? I'm happy that there's football happening. That's what I'm taking away. So that's the news finished. So we are to
it's our second birthday.
The terrible twos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start pushing boundaries. Well, should this cause us some sort of reflection?
I think we really.
Well, we're shutting down the podcast, guys. We've wasted our time. Thanks. No, not that kind of. Did I jump? I'm sorry, Al.
Yeah, I mean,
boy. Okay, well, what were you gonna suggest?
I was gonna suggest that we look at our successes and failures over the last year with our trailer talk picks.
Looking back over our trailers. Looking back over our trailer talk.
And what a beautiful way to set up our trailer talk review.
Brilliant. We're let's be honest, I assume we got everything right, so let's just that was the end of our trailer talk. Looking back. No, you want to go through it? Okay, let's do it.
So do you remember the first trailer of our
Do you remember the first? I've done a lot of singing today.
Yeah, there's joy in your heart, Chris. Just let it out. Let the world hear your song.
I've got a lot of love to give, Al, and no one to give it to. And by that I mean maybe like 30 seconds of love and then I need a nap.
Yeah.
Oy.
I've got various stats and budgets and percentages and all that usual claptrap that you love.
Yep.
Would you like to hazard a guess at how many of the top 5 box office grossers worldwide from 2017 were sequels, prequels, spin-offs, or reboots? The calendar year 2017.
Calendar year. So we're counting reboots and stuff as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast number 2.
There's a Star Wars film in the top 5.
Topping the charts and number 1.
Oh, we think. Sequel. Gotta be is a Marvel film in there?
Just outside the top 5. Number 6 for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Son of a bitch. I'm gonna say 4 out of top 5.
The whole top 5. The highest grossing film of last year was Last Jedi, which we deliberately didn't talk about on Trailer Talk because I didn't want to see the trailer ahead of the film.
Fair enough.
Then it was Beauty and the Beast, Fate of the Furious.
Of course.
Despicable Me 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Especially the notices that film got weren't too good.
Kids don't read variety.
No. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Wow, that was a big hit. I didn't realise. I knew it'd done well,
Huge
but
hit,
holy smokes. That's the power of The Rock.
Yeah, so Jumanji, 5th highest grossing film worldwide last year, made just under $1 billion at the box office. Would you like to hazard a guess at its averaged critic, audience, Rotten Tomatoes rating?
I'm going to say it's about 70.
82% averaged out, yeah.
Shit.
We were both in for that one.
Yeah.
It clearly had hit written all over
Listen, we're fucking tastemakers.
We are. Now, do you remember a film that we aborted? Mid-trailer talk, you just lost your shit and was like... I don't even want to talk about this.
And so it didn't make the edit at all?
You saying I don't even want to talk about it made the edit.
Good. Well, I know.
You were disgruntled at the lack of clarity on whether Flatliners was a sequel or a reboot.
I think I missed that even coming out.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's no surprise because it has a critic rating on Rotten Tomato of 5%.
Holy shit. You know what I would say, Al? I'd say that has flatlined at the box office. Come on, guys! Wow.
Yeah, it bottomed out. Absolutely slammed by the critics.
Well, if you can't even tell me if you're a fucking sequel or whatever, fuck you. I'm right. You know what? I was right.
That's the lowest rated.
You ever seen any of Keith O'Sullivan's music videos?
I have not had the pleasure.
They're really funny. He actually seems, you know what? He seems like quite a good dude.
Okay.
But, you know.
Does he save the world from a cabal of terrorists during the 4 minutes of his pop song?
No, it's just like really earnest kind of like
I was
bad
gonna
rock.
say,
Which to be fair,
is it bluesy?
yeah, kind of working man, like it's the sort of stuff that I actually really like when it's done well.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland, his music videos, you know, a hell of a thing.
So, of the films that we actually have a Rotten Tomatoes rating for, Flatliners had the worst rating of everything.
5% is fucking brutal.
You were right to just pull the plug on that chat.
Nice. Pull the plug. Loving your work.
Would you like to hazard a guess at what the highest average Rotten Tomatoes rating we have?
For a film that we looked at in
Now
2017?
remember, we've spanned 2 years because obviously we're going from June to June, so we've had a little bit of 2017, a little bit of 2018.
Yeah, so in this year of the podcast.
Yes.
So I see. Is it Infinity War?
It is not Infinity War, no.
Shit. Black Panther?
No, but close. That's the second highest.
Well, go on.
It's Thor Ragnarok with a healthy 89.5 average rating. So it goes Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and then Infinity War.
Marvel have got the top 3.
Pretty close together, yeah. Would you like to hazard a guess as to how much money Infinity War's made? Right,
What did Thor make?
Thor took in a healthy 854 million. That was 2017.
I'm gonna say 980.
2 billion Avengers Infinity War is sitting at
Christ.
2 billion.
It's nice to see a little film like that make a big.
A little earnest indie film that's just come out of nowhere.
I mean,
but that is crazy money, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I imagine it probably cost quite a bit of money to put together Infinity War.
The budget on Justice League was 300 million, and budget on Infinity War was between 300 and 400 million. And if you look at the disparity in box office,
what did Justice League take?
657.9.
Oh man, that's adorable.
It's basically doubled its budget, but when you've spent 300 million on a movie,
particularly when your rivals have got 2 films past the 1.5 billion mark.
Yes.
Like, oh, look at you guys with your 600 million. Oh, look at you cutie pies. Look at you trying. Oh, it thinks it's people. Wow, that's fucking embarrassing. Also, as well, once you put in your marketing budget, so I can imagine Justice League hasn't made a huge amount of dough.
No, but
to be fair though, right, Justice League only doesn't have any of the big heroes in it, like Batman or Superman. Well, DC, you fucked it. Everybody knows it.
A few horror films on the list from last year. You want to guess on the best received horror film that we looked at last year? That's a sequel, prequel, or reboot.
Not the kind of thing. What's it called? The wee doll, Annabelle.
We were both in for Annabelle, and it's got an average rating of 69%.
Nice. But I mean, I enjoyed it. Was it Annabelle Creation? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Annabelle Creation. Yeah.
It's a dumb fun horror movie.
Turning this into a little game show element.
Oh, I love it. I love it when this happens.
A Brucey bonus. Do you think Boo 2, A Medea Halloween, which I know you had some issues with the titling of,
right,
do you think it has a higher or lower rating than Annabelle Creation?
Oh man, it's got to be lower, surely. I mean, I know that's the reason you're asking the question, is that it has to be higher, but it's surely not.
No, absolutely. It's terrible. It's got a critic rating of 6%, which is only 1% higher than the lowest rated movie, Flatliners.
Jesus Christ. So was that the top rated one?
Yeah,
no?
Annabelle Creation, 69%. We also looked at Insidious, The Last Key, it was 45%. Leatherface, 27%.
Yeah, out of all of those, the trailers, it was enjoyable. Yeah.
There's been a few films that have sort of come out and I don't really have enough statistical data on that I didn't want to put in, like Solo, Ocean's 8, Sherlock Gnomes, the big films, you know. And obviously The Incredibles 2 has just opened to the most successful opening weekend for an animated film of all time.
Fair dues, Pixar know what they're doing.
Sure do. As we highlighted last year, there's often very few films in the realm of what we would call chick flicks, as much as I dislike that phrase.
Yeah, but it's because you can't call them period flicks. People get confused with something else.
So franchise cinema doesn't really seem to be set up to cater to that audience, but we did look at the trailer of one film in particular that sort of falls into that category, in Pitch Perfect 3.
Oh, okay, yeah.
45 million budget, 183 million at the box office.
A few hundred mil.
Well, I've seen it and it was
Did
pretty
the previous
terrible.
ones do more?
Yeah, much more successful. So the only other thing that kind of came close was the Anna Faris remake of Overboard.
Oh, that looked terrible.
Yeah.
And reviews that I saw agreed.
Yes, we were pretty solid outs there, and I think we were right to be.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time watching that.
But just rounding out, would you like to hazard a guess of the kind of largest disparity between audience and critic rating of the films that we saw?
Ooh! All right.
Audiences loved it. I've given it a pretty high rating and critics hated it. Just for extra info, I was out for this and you were in.
That's interesting.
It was a remake.
Death Wish?
Yeah. A 61 point difference between the critic score and audience score.
So that kind of does make me want to see it, though.
78% audience rating.
70? I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, 17% critic.
Wow. I think sequels, prequels, spin-offs, reboots, it's going to be a healthy thing that we can talk about for a long time. It's not going to be healthy for my mental health.
No.
Because you're going to make me watch a lot of shit films. Well, I guess that was looking back over our trailers, looking back over our trailer talks. Hi, it's me, Chris, the co-host of the very podcast you're listening to. Wow. Is this another one of these adverts he's shoehorning into his own programme? Fuck yes it is. If you're going to the Edinburgh Fringe this year, that's 2018, me and my improv group, Improv Killed My Dog, and our friends bringing you a very special show. We are part of the PBH Free Fringe with our show Magnum PI. The PI stands for Police Improv. It's at Bannerman's, which is venue 357, from the 12th to the 16th of August. How would I describe the show? Well, how about I read you the blurb? Improv Killed My Dog plus friends give you an improvised comedy inspired by your all-time favourite cop and detective shows. They've seen every crime programme ever made, and now they're taking time out from their regular Glasgow show to create their own. See them before the captain hauls them over the coals for breaking the rules and getting results. Boy, what an exciting live read. Shall we move on to our favourite segment? As of course, Trailer Talk. Bum bum bum. All right, I guess we've got to start off with Big Mikey Myers.
Oh,
Austin
yeah.
Powers himself.
That's right.
That is, of course, the new Halloween film.
Yeah, of the glut of trailers that have come out just in the last little while, I must admit I've watched this trailer about a dozen times.
Is it just called Halloween?
It's just called Halloween, yeah.
I like that because that's a bold choice considering it is a sequel to Halloween.
It's a sequel to Halloween.
But it's called Halloween.
It's called Halloween.
In fact, is that a bold choice or a stupid choice? I'm not sure.
Could be back in Flatliners territory.
I'm now starting to get annoyed by it as I'm talking it through in my head. Oh, do you know what film I liked? Halloween. Which one? Halloween. Which one? You know the film that's called Halloween.
Yeah. The one with the guy and the knife. Yeah, so Halloween.
Aye. No, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Halloween. Aye.
It frustrates me a little because I actually think the trailer, like we complain about a lot, gives too much away.
Right,
I think there's
okay.
a lot of that could have been held back.
I know what you mean. There's a few things you think, oh, I guess that maybe is a really good moment in the film that I've now had spoiled for me.
But I mean, particularly the sequence of the bathroom and the teeth being put over the top.
That was fucking cool, but wasn't it?
That's terrifying. Stop there. No, I mean, obviously it's a horror film. Most people are going to die, but like it's been confirmed for me by the trailer that these two people that we were introduced to early doors in the trailer are going to be killed.
So it's like these two kind of do-gooders.
I was going to ask, they sort of set themselves up as that they're investigative journalists, but they've got a recorder with them. So are they podcasters? Are they doing like a serial style podcast, totally, or S-Town, but it's about Michael Myers?
Yeah.
What I liked about those two characters is their English, which is a sort of like nod to Donald Pleasance.
Yes, nice, absolutely. I wrote down, oh, nice, he's in an institution and we're getting to see it. I liked the whole kind of design of the place, the look of the shots,
the sort of checkerboard floor,
and just like everything was super weird and creepy, and I was like within 5 seconds I was going, I'm in for this fucking looks cool.
It being just off kilter a little, especially when the mask reveal happens in that little section, and then suddenly the inmates of the facility all start like yanking at their chains, laughing maniacally. Like it really does feel uneasy.
Shit's real, man. I love it. So you're like, I'm already going, this is fucking cool. And then you know what they do? They give us a badass Jamie Lee Curtis.
Absolutely.
Oh, well done everyone involved. You have my attention.
Yeah.
And my ticket money. It just to me looks like this film is made by people who fucking love and get Halloween.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like in the back trailer, and I hope that's what it continues, that when you go in, this is like the sequel you should have had. Because Halloween, as we've discussed, isn't just one of the great horror films. It's one of the great films.
Yeah.
It's in John Carpenter's run of great films.
Absolutely.
Classic. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
I couldn't be more excited by it. And it's crazy because I have really seesawed emotionally about it. And the weird thing, as a fan of the Halloween franchise generally, this is just retconning everything. It's just ignoring everything. Films 2 to 8 have just been absolutely ignored.
Which is probably for the best.
I mean, I quite like number 2. I don't...
Sounds like you're talking about poo. Sorry. I think I've only ever seen the first one.
2 picks up right from Michael having fallen out the window.
Oh wait, no, I have seen 2 then.
It takes place in the hospital.
Yeah, I feel I must have when I was a kid, but I didn't enjoy it. And I saw about 10 minutes of one which seemed to be in like a Big Brother style house.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah,
that's when they kill
good.
off Jamie Lee Curtis very early on, and it stars Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks.
Oh, I'm back in. That sounds amazing. So yeah, we're both fucking 100% in for this at the moment.
Yeah,
So next up, how's about this? Suspiria, you're breaking my heart. You're doing some weird old horror film. Suspiria. Yeah, so this is a remake of a film that you obviously love.
Yeah, well,
I've never seen.
You know, we've just talked about like a dearly beloved horror film that is remade and suddenly I'm excited about it. Equally with this trailer, this is like maybe Dario Argento's masterpiece. It is visually staggering, but when anyone that loves Suspiria tries to speak about it, it's so incomprehensible that inevitably it sounds shit, but to watch that movie is to really like experience something that's crazy. And so for someone to come along to remake it, immediately you're like, oh, this really feels weird. But watching that trailer, the director, he really seems to have understood what makes Suspiria really magical to watch.
Having never seen Suspiria, but having seen this trailer, it looks like it's like a shot-for-shot remake of a 70s film. It's very much aping like a 70s horror, weird cuts and just the staging of scenes. And even like the film stock and all, it looked very very much like this is a sort of 70s horror film, which was unexpected and put me off kilter, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But is that how the original looks?
No, that's what I was going to say.
What's
crazy is you're totally right. It's got this amazing retro aesthetic, but the original film is this like weird Technicolor acid trip. And
would you recommend? Right, so you don't think I would like it?
I think you would. But do you know what? Part of me wants you to see this one first. I was really apprehensive of this film, but just a series of unnerving images, like lucid images that come up as that like slow crescendo on the soundtrack. I find it really affecting.
I wrote down effective as fuck.
Yeah.
Like by the end of it, I was like, I would give that a watch.
Yeah.
So again, surprisingly in for this.
I've been so won over and against my better judgment. I
do have to stop you there. You said your better judgment. If anyone's listening to this podcast, I think we all know that your judgment is not better than any. I mean, but I take your point. This looks good. Suspiria.
Wow, 2 on that.
I know, right? That's how excited I am for after that. Next up, stars aren't made, Al.
No.
They're born.
Yes.
Like Bradley Cooper, the director of A Star is Born.
A Star Wars story.
Yeah. Wow. Bradley Cooper's the director of this.
Yeah. Who knew he could sing?
Yeah. That is the kind of like slightly country kind of blue collar stuff is sort of shit I like. Yeah. So when this started, I was, I quite like this. I hate music in films, and I was like, actually I quite like this. Boy.
Yeah, this is the 4th time this story is going to be told. It was first made as a movie in 1937, then remade in 1957, of course, with Judy Garland. Then in 76, which I think is the one that's most directly linked to this film, with Chris Christopherson and Barbra Streisand.
Yeah, I mean, it's like country music and Jewish pop star.
Yeah,
basically. Because the other star in this is, of course, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, yeah. So weird to see her like out of elaborate costuming.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. Like, this is where Hollywood, where you're like, come on, guys. It's like, she's obviously given this great performance. Bradley Cooper, the poor man's Chris Christopherson, is like, oh boy, you're really good at singing. You ever sing your own songs and stuff? And she's like, people just like to hear me sing. They don't like the way I look. You're looking at her and you go, you're a good looking woman.
Yeah, you are a beautiful woman.
If she looked like me, I'd be like, fair enough. I'd be like, boy, that's a tough look for a chick. You know what I mean? Like a 6'5" bearded guy, But she goes, like, she says it, and like the next bit should be like Bradley Cooper going, oh, you're just incredibly insecure.
Uh-huh.
You look fine. That's mental. No one's ever said that to you. But then maybe that's a realistic thing in the music industry where like just a decent looking chick is made to feel like an absolute uggo.
Ah, okay.
Maybe that is, maybe that's the truth of the music industry.
So I can imagine, especially, I think the real world parallel is the absolute intense scrutiny that Lady Gaga has lived under.
Yeah.
And, about everything about her, like those early horrible rumours about her being trans or formerly, that sort of stuff, like to live under that scrutiny, that must play havoc with your self-image. There's no way she just like easily rests at night and thinks, I'm comfortable in me.
Yeah, that's some weird fucking shit.
This film is obviously the age-old tale of don't fall in love with someone who's going to be bigger than you as a star. Yeah. So it's essentially the Beyonce Jay-Z story.
Oh.
Like she's clearly eclipsed him.
Oh man, so that would have been a good way to do it. Actually, like make it a kind of like hip hop R&B version of Star Is Born.
Yeah. Jane Bradley Cooper could have pulled off Jay-Z. I mean, I don't mean pulled off
Phrasing.
like jerking it for peace, but
yeah, boy, I've just got that image in my head now.
He's
got 99 problems of getting jerked off by Bradley Cooper, ain't one.
And obviously that takes us to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Chappelle's in this,
playing the wise black friend.
Well, it's a gig, innit? I mean, so I'll be honest. I don't think I ever need to see this, but I like Lady Gaga. I think she's a good pop star. She's fun. She does good stuff. And also, she was really good in that American Horror Story season that she did.
Great, yeah. The hotel.
The hotel one.
Yeah.
So I wish it every success.
Yep.
But not for me.
Not for me, yeah.
But obviously, yes, there's a story there about not falling in love with somebody who's way more successful than you. So, Alan, please just try and contain yourself.
I'll just try and keep it on lockdown.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
I mean, that's the segue of all segues then, because we've got to talk about Mamma Mia too.
Here we go again.
Yes, Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right. I don't really know what the first film's about. Okay? But
the film was a giant success. That's what's crazy.
It's not for me.
And
I love ABBA.
We've spoken about this before. I
you
don't
like
but
ABBA?
Yeah, but that's because I worked in a 70s nightclub.
But what I would say, right, and maybe this is what the original film's about for like that Amanda Seyfried? Amanda Sci-Fi. Amanda Sci-Fi Stephen from the Scottish band Piss. Amanda Sci-Fi Channel. So this seems to be a prequel about three dudes trying to fuck young Meryl Streep. Is that right?
That's pretty much what I got from it as well.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. There's also like a story in the present about old Meryl Streep and Amanda Sci-Fi. So it's basically, like now time. This is basically the Godfather 2 of jukebox musicals.
What I've led to believe the first film is a daughter is about to be married and she wants to invite her father to the wedding. But
they don't know which one is the father.
They don't know which one is the father.
These three dudes. So, hold on. So basically, young Meryl Streep got like a fuck train, like a human centipede where she's in the middle, except there's a third bit. Right. Yeah, angle-wise, I mean, could they get Brosnan's fucking Skarsgård's fucking Firth, and then Firth is fucking Streep?
Is that the pecking order?
The pegging order.
Well,
just like I point out, Meryl Streep is one of the finest actresses of all time, and we're just like, which is admittedly the plot of this fucking film. This film made me do this. I respect you, Meryl.
That's what makes this so ludicrous. It's such a weird setup for a film.
It's like the actress plays young Meryl Streep. Like, I hope she's got a line where she's like, boy, my back's sore because I'm on it all the time, getting fucked by these three dudes. Mamma mia!
What's weird about this trailer is it looked like a lot of reused footage from the first film, and so I'm not sure that Meryl Streep is even in this second film. It seemed to me like...
Oh, is it like she's like Oliver Reed in Gladiator?
I think Meryl Streep's character has passed away. I don't know why I have that feeling.
Okay.
And the daughter is now pregnant herself, so she's gone back and she wants to retrace her mother's journey.
But it's like she's only got fucked off one guy.
Yeah.
It was a different time back in the days.
A lot of people have these hang-ups about sex and sexual partners and like sexual fluidity, but as long as it's safe and you're healthy, I'm happy for people to be doing whatever
it wasn't
they're doing.
Safe in the sense of safe sex because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
From one of three dudes.
Yeah.
I just really want to talk about like loads of filthy shit happening too. Let's be clear, it's a different actress obviously that's playing. Yeah,
in
it's
the world
Oscar
currently, Meryl Streep,
Oscar winner who has given us some of the great film performances of all time. But her character, who we will refer to as young Meryl Streep, is getting filled out like an application. Come on,
yeah. So I can't even tell if Streep is actually in this new film. It looked so heavily like flashback. So suddenly now we've got like a young Julie Walters, and like those roles have been recast into younger versions. So you've got young Streep, young Walters, all that. Plus, the weird thing is you've got young versions of Firth, Brosnan, and Skarsgård, but they didn't cast one of the actual Skarsgård's sons.
Oh yeah, maybe they were like too much money.
Really odd. And then the sexy cherry on the cake is that at the end, Cher shows up.
I mean,
and is referred to as grandma.
I mean, do you believe in life after love? I can feel inside yourself. I really don't think I'm strong. Like, I hope there's a big bit where Cher's like, man, young Meryl Streep's fucking batting away dicks, like, you know, like it was, you ever seen when Cher's going, you ever seen one of those fucking martial arts films where they've got that wooden thing that they use the blocks for? Well, it's like that, but instead of like the wooden blocks cut out, it's dicks. It's just dicks everywhere.
I mean, I feel that Meryl Streep is strong enough as a person. It would just be water off a duck's back hearing the stuff, but
I hope Meryl knows that it's done with love.
I just worry now that my relationship to Return of the 36 Chambers of Shaolin has been ruined forever.
Yeah, what? All kung fu films are about metaphorical dicks. Well, we've got to say for it. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have been in from the sounds of it.
Well, I am glad to say that I am out.
Unlike young Pierce Brosnan, young Stellan Skarsgård, and Colin Firth, I am out. So the nun from young Meryl Streep from the film Mamma Mia to somebody who's probably had less penis.
Yes, the title is actually about how much penis she has had.
None.
Yeah, another entry in the Conjuring cinematic universe.
I mean, there's now like about 8,000 of those fucking films.
So confusing, and the timeline on them's all over the shop.
So there was a little tiny bit about this in the Annabelle creation,
right?
Because there's a picture or something of like the sister that comes to help Annabelle creation people. That's the most elegant way I can phrase it. And like this nun's there. She has a picture of her old, what do you call that shit? Like, where do they go? It's not a monastery. Where do nuns live? Her old nun house.
A nunnery?
Yeah, nunnery. That would be it. Yeah, that makes more sense. Nun house. It's a whole lot of nuns. It's a whole lot of nuns. Boy, if you don't come from Britain and are like big on 80s TV shows, this might be a whole bust for you. I do apologise. You know, it looks, it might be alright. I don't know. It just looks like another kind of horror film. There was a fright. I thought they were trying to give me a fright. Right. Then they gave me another fright.
I don't like these Conjuring films. I don't.
Did you not like the one, whatever the other Annabelle one was?
Annabelle?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Ouija. Sorry.
The Origin of Evil.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I did enjoy Origin of Evil.
Well, let's talk about that then.
The Conjuring films I don't like, and I thought this trailer was essentially a scare stolen from Nexus 3. So
okay, so like the Nun, we're both going to say out of 10 we'll give it none. Go on.
Yeah, these films all make huge money, but it's not going to see any of mine. I am out.
All right. So lastly, let's talk about a film I think we're all chomping at the bit to see. I think when you manage to make a film series that's just filled with classics and like moments to just live in your heart, you want to see more of it, but there's also a slight trepidation. But I think once you've seen this trailer, I think we all know that this is going to be another classic, 10 out of 10, one of the greats. I do, of course, refer to Transformers spin-off Bumblebee.
You know what? I quite like the look of this.
Right. I'm not right. First of all, let's have some real talk.
Let's get real.
But basically, this is from the trailer, it looks like a story where a young woman buys a Bumblebee, like in the car form, takes it back to her garage,
gets under the hood,
and suddenly, transforms. It's this big robot thing, and they discovers that he's a robot and tries to make friends with him, and they go on adventures. Now, when I watched this, the one thing I took away from this is that they are definitely gonna fuck. Like, they are. This whole film is set up as a romance. Bumblebee's gonna, like, has he got a big yellow robot dick? Does it shoot oil? She's not thought this through. Like,
transform from flaccid to erect.
Yeah, I was gonna say when it comes, does it make that noise? Honestly, it was just like there was a bit where I thought they're gonna French kiss.
Oh,
that's like, and
you really saw that like sexual tension.
I was jerking off at the time. Do you think this might have been something I've read into this? Jerking off for peace and my love of robot porn.
It looks like it's set in the 80s. It looks like it's a prequel.
Oh, I didn't get that from that. But I know. Well, I just thought it was because it was an old car. That's why it had tapes.
But also, it looks like the 80s original version of Bumblebee.
Yeah, well, that's what I didn't understand.
So it's got like that retro look. There's a point where he gets rickrolled because Haley Steinfeld puts the Rick Astley tape into.
But then it wouldn't be rickrolling at that point. That was just a legitimate great song back then.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
We didn't have annoying irony about everything in those days, guys. What we didn't do is we didn't just take like something that people genuinely loved and made fun of it. I personally find that sort of stuff disgusting, as long as you've never heard to me speak about anything on this podcast, because that's all I do.
I don't know, something about this trailer. I got excited because Starscream appears to be in it.
Oh boy, I don't know where to start with you. So, we've had a lot of surprises in this trailer talk. You're in for fucking the Bumblebee film.
I mean, I think I am. I really hope it undoes every bad feeling I've ever had about the entire rest of the Transformers franchise.
I think they're definitely going to fuck, so I'm in. No, I'm not. Not for me. Okay, so, that was the end of trailer talk. Bum, bum, bum. Let's do very quick recommendations.
Yeah.
Al, what have you seen recently?
I am going to recommend Halloween H2O 20 years later, because it's about to be retconned out of existence with this new Halloween film. But I have a real sweet spot for it because it's part of that sort of like 90s slashers era of movies.
Scream, urban legend or whatever. Yeah, okay.
So obviously H2O came out and it sort of like erased what had happened in parts 4, 5 and 6 of the franchise. And obviously now this new one's about to come out and just like wipe that out. But it's kind of fun. It's a film where Josh Hartnett first appeared on the scene.
That is very much of that time. Now you've said that, it's very much places in a time.
Michelle Williams is there.
Nice.
The kid that played young Robin Williams in Jumanji's in it.
Right.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is there.
Good time, good fun.
I've got a real soft spot for it. And I love to watch how random the Michael Myers mask gets through the film, because there was all sorts of production issues with the mask, so it's pretty hilarious watching that. I think everyone should see it before Halloween comes and just retcons the hell out of everything.
Right.
What about yourself? Have you seen anything recently that's worth a mention?
Yeah, so I've seen two of the sort of bigger films recently. I saw Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not quite as good as the first one. The first one kind of pulls off a brilliant balancing act, if you will, between its sincerity and meta humor and kind of fuck everything ness to it. But I thought the first one was great and worked really well. The jokes were funny, but it actually had a real story and places heart. The second one actually does a great job of pulling that off, but not as good as the first one.
Right.
Some really funny jokes, some really nice bits of business. But yeah, really fun ride. It's a good laugh. And then a film that's been getting kind of almost made to feel like a red-headed stepchild.
Right.
An underdog, which is weird because it is, of course, Disney Corporation's Star Wars spin-off, Solo, A Star Wars Story, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Great cast, some fun production design. Donald Glover has a blast being Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
And the young Han Solo guy like grows into the Han Solo character, which is of course the arc of his story. So it works, and it totally works. The production issues don't seem particularly visible. There's there's maybe like the odd bit where you think, okay, maybe that should have been cut. Nothing too crazy, and it's just a fun film, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. That would have been a great fun Christmas release, and the fact that everyone seemed to be so down on it, because I kind of feel like I would like to see just young Han Solo and young Lando Calrissian just kind of doing kind of jobs and bickering. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'm also happy with there just being one. It's not like it needs a sequel. I just feel like it seems to be like, fucking Star Wars, blah blah, that shit, and it's not doing well, and you're like, it's a fun product, but just on the whole, it's a heist film.
Solid fun.
Bring it in. So that's me sort of going, recommending two of the biggest films of the year probably. So I'm sure you were all like, what's Deadpool 2 and Solo? I can't believe this guy who's so in the nose hit me to these cool independent fucking films. You're welcome, listener. That's why I'm plugged in to the show business machine, so you don't have to be. So that's us finished our non-franchise episode. It now is incumbent upon us to advise our adoring public of what our next episode, which of course, if you're paying attention, will be a franchise episode, which means we talk about a specific film and or series of films. What will we be talking about, Al?
Well, they may need to destroy this podcast after listening, because we're going to get down with Tom Cruise and John Woo for Mission Impossible 2.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't seen this film for about 15 years. And little Chris used to love this film. Does it still hold up? The tension is unbearable. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at diminishingpod@gmail.com. You can get us on Twitter at diminishingpod. On Facebook, we are Diminishing Returns Podcast. You can tag us on Facebook at Diminishing Returns Pod. On Instagram, we are Diminishing Pod. On our blog, we are diminishingpod.wordpress.com. And on YouTube, search for Diminishing Returns. You'll probably find us. We are an independent podcast. We are just two sad weirdos in Al's basement. So please, if you like this and you think you've got friends that would like this, send them a link to the show and rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcast. Don't be a prick and do anything less than that.
Your likes and shares help us out.
Guys, we'll be talking about John Woo's Mission Impossible 2. We'll get our 2 guns out and we'll see we'll see you next episode.
The slow-mo, bro.
Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so let us know if you're jerking it, but most importantly, if it's for peace or for war. What if there's going to be another organisation that's going to be jerking it for war? We're going to have like fucking decommissioning talks. Decommissioning talks.